Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a major announcement came from Ford, hoping to bring jobs and a major investment to Louisville. And a congressman is showing support for President Donald Trump's order to deploy federal forces to patrol the streets of our nation's capital.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning and a happy Tuesday to you, Mountain family. I'm Amelia Lee here with you on this August 12th. We are quickly approaching the 6 o'clock hour, and it is time for a check of our weather with meteorologist Megan Dusmal. Megan, I feel like it's just been so long, but it's still been so hot. I was in Indiana the past few days and it was boiling there, so I can't imagine how it was here.
Yeah, it was very hot here, and it's just going to continue on that hot trend as we're heading into this afternoon. Even as you're going into the morning hours, we're looking at some relatively hot temperatures. Normally we sit in the mid 60s, but we're looking mostly at the upper 60s and low 70s. And take a look towards Monticello. We're in the mid 70s right now, 76 degrees. Now we will continue to see those temperatures warming up. No surprise here. Upper 80s is the main forecast, but we do have those chances for 90s popping out at you. 90 degrees in Prestonsburg, Moorhead, and Irvin. Now, we will have some rain chances today, but we are nice and clear right now. Those rain chances will pick up in the afternoon, that typical summertime scattered shower and storms, but a second round of rain will head into our region overnight, continuing into your Wednesday, leading to a slight drop in temperatures for tomorrow. Now, in terms of what you can expect over the next 12 hours, though, we will see those temperatures hitting a high as we're heading into the early afternoon. Amelia.
Back in July, we told you that folks were concerned about free-roaming horses in Breathitt County. Now a decision has been made to begin removing those horses. WYMT's McKinley Calandrino spoke to folks with the Appalachian Horse Project.
A decision made by the Breathitt County Fiscal Court to remove the free-roaming horses has some wondering, where will these horses go? After much debate about whether the wild horses are a nuisance or a county treasure, the Appalachian Horse Project says their efforts have fallen short.
We proposed solutions to help with the population, and this is what they came up with. Well, let's just get rid of them all. And I think that the fiscal court is maybe tired of hearing about it, and so they're saying, okay, just let our animal control officer take care of it, be in charge of it, take care of it.
Now that the pickup process is underway, members with the Appalachian Horse Project say, according to Kentucky law, any person or entity who sees a stray or abandoned horse outside of its enclosure can pick it up and follow the stray hold process.
And at the end of that 15 days, that person who did the taking up of the horses can do whatever they choose with the horses. That can include adopting them out, keeping them for himself, sending them to an auction somewhere, or sending them to a person who takes them to an auction that has kill buyers at it, which means the horses then are destined for slaughter.
Thompson said as of Monday, there are 24 horses that have been picked up and placed on the stray hold list, hoping these horses find a new, safe home.
We need people not just to talk, but to take action, whether it's contacting their magistrate, whether it's stepping up for adoption, whether it's donating hay, salt blocks, feed to take care of the horses in the winter, which is a critical time.
Members with AHP claim the horses are on private property and they are working to find out the legalities of this concern. They say they will continue to be a voice for the horses. In Breathitt County, McKinley Calandrino, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, we did reach out to members of the Breathitt County Fiscal Court, including Judge Executive Jeff Noble, who was unavailable for comment. The Kentucky Democratic Party is launching a tour for what they call a defense of Medicaid and the Kentucky healthcare facilities, workers, and families who depend on it. The first stop will be Thursday in Perry County, where officials say 51% of the population gets healthcare through Medicaid. That event is scheduled for 10 o'clock Thursday morning at the First Federal Center at Hazard Community and Technical College. A major announcement came from Ford yesterday morning that's bringing jobs and a major investment to Louisville's assembly plant. They introduced the Ford Universal EV production system and Ford Universal EV platform. It's a brand new way to build electric vehicles in America. Ford has redesigned the assembly line to cut costs and make production more efficient. $1.9 billion will be invested into the plant to upgrade and modernize the equipment and tech. The move is also bringing 2,200 jobs.
This universal electric platform is Ford's bet on the future, and they're counting on Kentucky workers to make it a reality. So, Jim, I want to thank you and Ford for helping us achieve this unprecedented economic success. It takes a lot of guts and a lot of trust to make these types of generational investments.
The new manufacturing process will be a platform to build an all-new, yet-to-be unveiled four-door midsize electric pickup truck. Ford executives say that truck will be more spacious, faster than the Mustang, and will have a starting price of $30,000. Ford's presence in Louisville dates back to 1913, when the Model T first rolled off that production line. Well, Congressman Andy Barr is supporting President Donald Trump's order to deploy federal forces to patrol the streets of Washington, D.C. to help combat crime and move out the homeless. The president said yesterday that Washington, D.C. will be, quote, liberated from what he calls crime, savagery, filth, and scum. D.C. officials say they've already taken steps to reduce crime. Police data shows violent crime is down 26% over the last year. Congressman Andy Barr released this statement saying, quote, just like he cleaned up the border, President Trump will clean up D.C. Our capital is overrun with crime, corruption, and homelessness. The chaos in D.C. impacted my team directly when a Kentuckian serving in my office was robbed at gunpoint in broad daylight. We can and must do better. Well, the Internal Revenue Service has started sharing sensitive taxpayer data with immigration authorities searching for undocumented migrants. The data sharing began this week after a push from the Trump administration. Records being shared include names, addresses, and tax data of immigrants. The information will help the Department of Homeland Security track down people it says are already facing deportation orders. A controversial new feature on Instagram is allowing users to share their location, but critics say not so fast. They're worried about safety and privacy. CBS's Kelly O'Grady has more.
Instagram's newest update, it allows users to opt in to sharing their real-time or what's called the last live location. So similar to Snapchat's Snap Map, the content is visible in the direct messages tab. Now Meta, that's Instagram's parent company, says the map tool makes it easier to stay in touch with friends by engaging with the content they share in different locations. But there is already a backlash, with users and data experts raising concerns this update could compromise privacy and safety. Now, in a statement to CBS News, Meta said Instagram Map is off by default and your live location is never shared unless you choose to turn it on. If you do, only people you follow back or a private custom list you select can see your location. While the map feature does require user consent, any content you have proactively tagged a location in can show up on the map. So if you're concerned, here's what you need to do to stay in control of your information. Go to your Instagram direct messages, open your map settings, and ensure the location sharing option is set to no one. And I'll note, if you're a parent with supervision controls in place, you decide if your teen has access to that location sharing. Most importantly, stay vigilant. Be mindful of who you allow to follow you. For example, if you meet someone at a bar, you decide to follow each other. If you've chosen to share your location with friends in that map feature, that person can see it. It is always a good idea to leave a location before you post about it. Kelly O'Grady, CBS News, New York.
Well, thanks so much for getting your day started with us on Mountain News this morning at 5:08. Trade wars continue, with folks being impacted throughout the country, including Kentucky's bourbon industry.
And rain chances are picking up tonight.